Hello, hello, hello. I am the Linux Mench. Have you ever installed a Linux distribution, Arch Debian, or any other distribution? And you notice when you're on the internet, your scrolling is very slow. The wheel on your mouse scrolls slow, and you don't see any settings in the system to adjust the scroll speed. Now, a lot of the modern Linux distributions do have settings to change the way your mouse pointer moves or the style of the pointer, but they don't have settings to change the scroll speed. Well, I'm going to show you how to change and adjust your scroll speed, and it's going to work in Arch, Debian, and probably any Linux distribution. So let's get to it. So today I'm running Arch Linux in a virtual machine with the Cinnamon desktop. Now I'm going to open up Firefox, and I already have the page there. And I just want to show you, this is a software program that's available in every Linux distribution. Pretty much, should be. It's an old software application, but it gets updated. Last time it was updated was May 2021. That's a bit long, but it's just a very simple program. It's called Imwheel. So, like I said, it's available in most distributions. You just want to download it. But when you download it, it's not going to work automatically. And you have to make a configuration file. Now, I already have a configuration file, and you can use mine. And before I even get into that, like I said, this is a virtual machine, and I've noticed that in my virtual machines, which I run in Virt Manager, I don't need this file to make the scroll speed work because it's running from the Imwheel configuration file that's in my hard drive on my machine, on my bare metal machine. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't talked about it. But if you're installing Arch Linux, Debian, or any other distribution on bare metal, you will need this file. So you can either make your own configuration file or you can use mine. Now, if you already downloaded my configuration files, you're going to need to update them because I forgot to put the Imwheel configuration file into my Mench GitLab repository. And I just did it today. I added it today. So if you want to use my configuration file and you never downloaded my GitLab repository, you can download the whole repository. If you downloaded my repository before today, you'll have to cd into the Mench folder and do a git pull. So let's go to the terminal. So I'm going to go here because I'm in the Cinnamon desktop. I'm going to close my Firefox. And how do you like my dark theme? I love that Arch Linux wallpaper. Anyways, it's 5 degrees Celsius. This is the date and time. And I'm going to open up a terminal. I'm going to make my terminal full screen. And I'm going to cd into my Mench folder. So like I said, if you already previously downloaded my GitLab repository, you should have a Mench folder in there. If you didn't, you never downloaded my GitLab repository, stay in your home folder and type in this command, git clone. Now I should remind you, if you never installed Git, you're going to have to install Git first. And then type in git clone, https://gitlab.com/artibus1/mench git. And you have to enter that in, and it's going to download the whole folder. If you've already downloaded it in the past and you want to update it, then you will cd into Mench and you will type in git pull. And as you can see, it pulled down the file. And as a matter of fact, looks like I changed some other files too, which I forgot. So it pulled them down as well. It pulled down, pulled down 4 files. So let's close this. And actually, I'm not going to close this. So let's clear the screen. Remember, Control L clears the screen. And I'm going to LL. Now, also, just so you know, the Imwheel, and I'm going to highlight it. I don't know if it's going to show up. Here it is here. That's the Imwheel file. It's a dot file. So normally dot files are hidden. So if you type in, let's clear the screen. You can also type in clear, if you can type. If you do ls, the Imwheel folder is not there because it's a dot file, and dot files are hidden files. So, for instance, and let's just go into my file manager. This is the GUI file manager. Let's see which one I'm running. It's Nemo. So Nemo file manager normally comes with the Cinnamon desktop. I also have PCman FM in here, which is also a light file manager. But anyways, the same thing in here. So normally when you go into your file manager, let's just close that again. So I'm going to open this, and there's hardly anything there. There's a couple of folders. There's some wallpaper and a file called to do, because the hidden files are hidden. Now in the GUI, this GUI file manager, if I want to see the hidden files, I'm going to just put my mouse anywhere. I'm going to right click, show hidden files. There's my hidden files. There's my ZSRC file. Now let's look for my Imwheel file. It should be there. Oh, and it's not showing up there because I didn't copy it. So let's use the GUI this time. And actually, I'm going to show you how to use both. So you could click on my Mench folder. There's my Imwheel folder. If I unclick it, it's only going to show the files that are not hidden. If I click it on, there's my Imwheel folder. So you could do this like you would in Windows. Right click, copy, go to home folder, put it to mouse anywhere, right click. No, it's not giving me the paste option. Why did I do that? Let's go back to Mench. You could go Imwheel, copy, go back to the home folder, and paste. And there it is. It pasted it into my home folder. Now I'm going to delete it. Make sure you want to delete, yes. Because I like to work in the terminal. So we're going to cd into Mench. So if we ls, you won't see the Imwheel file. But if you ll, it shows the hidden files. And here it is here, Imwheel. So I'm just going to copy that. Now I already copied it into home in the GUI, but I deleted it because I want to show the 2 ways of copying. And I prefer this way. Now if I'm doing a lot of copying, I might use the GUI. I might use Nemo, or usually I'll use PCman FM, which is similar to Nemo. But I like to work in the terminal. So I'm going to do copy, period, IM. I'm going to tab it. Tab will fill it in. copy period Imwheel RC to squiggly dash. That's it. Now let's see if it copied it. And there it is, it copied it. So there's the two ways of copying a file. You can copy it in the GUI file manager, or you can copy it in a terminal. Anyways, let's cat it. Let's clear the screen. Cat Imwheel. And that won't work. Cat Imwheel. And I didn't do that right. Cat period let's just tab it there. So this is the file. It has these on the top. Now I have these two lines here. You can go in and change. Now I have them both lines set at 7, so the last number in both lines, set your scroll speed for your mouse wheel. And I have them set at 7. If you want to slow it down, you could put it down to 6, 5, 4, 3. If you want to speed it up, you could put it up to 10 or even higher. So if you want to change the speed of your mouse wheel, you'll have to change these two numbers, these two last numbers. First of all, you have to download Imwheel into your system. And I think I forgot to show you how to do that. Most of you probably already know. So first, if you have my Zesh file, you could type in install Imwheel. Hit enter and it will download it. If you don't have my Zesh RC file, and you're in Arch, you would type in sudo pacman s capital S Imwheel and hit enter. If you're in Debian or Debian-based distribution, you would type in sudo apt install Imwheel, just like that. So, after you've installed Imwheel, you have to copy my Imwheel RC file, or you could make your own one up, or you could just type it. If you write this down, you could just type it in if you don't want to copy my files. And then you can adjust these two numbers, those two 7s, adjust them. So there is one more step you would have to go through to make it work. And there's another step you want to go through if you want it to work all the time when you're logging in and out of different types of desktops or window managers, or when you reboot. So there's 2 more steps left. So to make it work, you would do Imwheel -kill. Now don't ask me why the command kill makes it work. I have no idea. But that's the command. Hit enter and it says Imwheel started. So now it's going to work. But if I log out of my Cinnamon desktop, or I log out of my awesome window manager, or I reboot, it's not going to work. So if you're in the Cinnamon desktop, you would go into settings, you click on startup applications, you click on this plus sign, and you click on custom command, and you're going to type in your name, Imwheel. Your command would be Imwheel -kill. Oops, I should spell it right. And your comment, you can leave blank, but you can put a comment in. Mouse scroll speed. And add it. Now you can see it's been added right here. Having that in there means whenever you log into the Cinnamon desktop, it's going to automatically turn on. Or when you reboot, it's going to automatically turn on. Now let's log out of our, I'm going to log out of my Cinnamon desktop. Now, the thing is that if you log into your awesome window manager, just make sure it's clicked on, it's not going to be turned on. So let's put my password in. And I'm just going to restart to make this look bigger. There. So it's not going to be automatically turned on unless you have this in your configuration file. Now, if you downloaded my configuration files for Awesome, you'll have it. But if you're using the default configuration file, or if you made your own configuration file for the Awesome Window Manager, you won't have, well, for sure, if you're using the default configuration file, you won't have it. And if you created your own configuration file, you may or may not have it in there. Probably not. So what you're going to do is open up a terminal. Now, if you have my Zesh file, you're going to type in this command, config. If you don't have my Zesh file in there, you're going to have to type in this command. You're going to have to cd into config awesome. Look at the files, and then you're going to have to type in vim rc lua, and it takes you there. Let's go out of there. Let's cd back into home, but I have my alias programmed into my Zesh file, and if you have my Zesh configuration file, you're just going to type in config. Oops, did that wrong. So now I'm going to go to the bottom. So I already have this command in here. So you'd want to go into your awesome configuration file. Now, like I said, if you downloaded my awesome configuration file, it will already be there. But if you're using the default or you made your own configuration file, you want to put this in. Now, I also want to show how to set Imwheel for Qtile Window Manager. Now, I've talked about Qtile Window Manager a little bit in the past, but not much. I haven't made really hardly any videos on it. I've just briefly mentioned it. But I am running Qtile on one of my computers, and I do have it installed here. So let's log out of here. And I'm just going to use my mouse to quit. Click on the hamburger menu. Let's type in Qtile. Put my password in. So this is Qtile. Now in Qtile, the mouse doesn't work, except for you can use the mouse to change workspaces. That's about it. So to open up a terminal, you're going to do super key and enter, which opens up the terminal in Awesome as well. Now, of course, this Qtile is my own configuration file, and if you downloaded my configuration files, you'll have it. If you're using the default Qtile configuration file, these key bindings may not work, because I put my own key bindings into Qtile. So if you have my Zesh file, you're going to type in Qtile auto, tab it to complete it, and then enter. And you're going to make sure that this file is there. Now, if you downloaded my configuration files for Qtile, this file will be there. If you're using the default Qtile configuration file, or you made your own Qtile configuration file, you're going to have to make an executable file. You have to have line 1 in there. And then to make Imwheel work, you're going to have line 6 in there. Now I'm just going to show you where that is. If you don't have my Zesh file and you want to change that, I'm just going to show you where it is. So I'm going to cd into my config folder, and then my Qtile folder. So now I'm in my configuration Qtile folder. I have these files there. I have auto start. That was the one we were just looking at. Right? Cat auto. Let's vim into my config file. Config py file. So this is my file. This is my configuration file. It's not the default one. It's the one I made. And that's how you get into that. So in this video, I explained how to change the scroll speed on your mouse, how to download Imwheel, how to get the configuration file and set it for Imwheel, how to set the Imwheel settings in your Cinnamon desktop, in your Awesome Window Manager, and your Qtile Window Manager. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, and I would appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching. I am the Linux Mench.